Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mindset series. If you're new here, my name's Rochelle. Today we'll be talking about delayed gratification and how important it is for you to be a success. So most of the time you're not failing because you're incapable. You're failing because you're choosing the now over the future. Delayed gratification isn't necessarily about punishing yourself now, but it is about making choices now that will allow you to be successful in your future. So if we talk a little bit about what delayed gratification is, it's the ability to resist an immediate reward or a dopamine hit in order to gain a larger, more meaningful, more impactful result. A really great example of this is spending money on something now versus investing it. You may choose to spend $10,000 on a Europe holiday for an instant reward, an instant, satisfaction of going on that holiday versus you investing that $10,000 and 5, 10, 15, 20 years later reaping the massive rewards that would give you. Another great example of this, if we relate to health, is like your diet. If you're eating just junk food now or comfort food or whatever you feel like all the time, you are essentially making yourself comfortable now, but what's going to happen in 5 or 10 years when you realize maybe you're going to develop a chronic illness or diabetes if you're not taking care of yourself now. So it's really about making decisions now that are going to lead us to the best possible future for us. I'm not sure if you've heard of this before, but this is a really famous study done on children about delayed gratification, and it's super interesting and basically highlights the whole point of this video. In short, children were given one marshmallow now and they were allowed to eat it, or if they waited a certain amount of time, they would be given 2 marshmallows. Follow-up studies were then done on these children, and the children who waited and didn't eat the 1 marshmallow, the children who waited for the 2nd marshmallow, were found to have better academic outcomes, higher levels of self-control, and better stress management later in life. The key takeaway from this study really is that success doesn't have to be about intelligence. Impulse control and future thinking are so important in this. Later to the study done on the children with the marshmallow experiment, it was found that kids who were comfortable in that environment were more likely to take the delayed gratification route. So if they felt safe and trusted that the results would come, which in this case the 2nd marshmallow, they were willing to wait longer for the reward. And this really shows that delayed gratification and the ability to do that impulse control is not necessarily a personality trait. It's something that we can build and a skill that we can develop. It's super hard in today's day and age to live with delayed gratification. It seems everything around us in our environments sets us up to have that instant dopamine hit, whether it's like scrolling on Instagram, impulse purchase. There's so many things that make it so easy for us to take an action now that isn't setting us up for the future, and kind of forgetting that we need to be making decisions now for the later. It's also super hard because a lot of the marketing tactics out there now are honestly, they're quick fixes and they're fake solutions to our problems. People market things that this is going to be the best thing to solve X, Y, Z, and when we, purchase this item or service, we kind of find out for ourselves that it's not actually a fix. It's just a marketing strategy to make us believe that this is going to fix our problems or make us successful, when really, instead of thinking about the now and wanting things instantly, if we focus on the fact that delayed gratification will get us our results, and also building us that skill of impulse control, which is such an important skill in building a business or being successful in any way, because we don't want to make impulsive decisions. What I mean is, in order to make decisions that are going to be best for you, best for your business, best for your family, best for your financial whatever, we need to be making decisions that are informed. We need to be making decisions for the future. We need to know what we're doing, and we can't be impulsive about these things. And the moment we're impulsive, we are probably feeling an emotion, and that emotion is driving that decision. And when an emotion is driving the decision and not logic, I think that's when things become very risky and problematic and not necessarily likely to set you up for what you're trying to achieve. So when we look at the big picture, every long-term success or long-term result requires a delay, right? It's just like what I've talked about in so many of my other videos. There's so much happening behind the scenes, and you're producing those results and they're compounding, you're just not seeing them yet. But they're so important in building our success, and that delayed gratification and impulse control allows us to continue doing those things without jumping to the next strategy or onto the next path because we're not getting the result that we think we should have. And a few examples of this, if we look at things like fitness, like the delayed result, right? We can't work out once and be looking fit. We have to be consistently working out, 4 to 5 times a week for months and years to build ourselves into the healthy person that we want to be and to look fit and to feel fit. We can't just wake up one morning, go for a walk and feel fit, right? Like there is a delayed result to that process. With like financial freedom, like financial freedom is not going to be built overnight. There's going to be things that you're going to have to do. Maybe you're going to have to include more income streams. Maybe you're going to have to start a business, have a side hustle, sell some of your things on marketplace. There's so many things that you would have to do in order to produce financial freedom that it is a delayed result. It doesn't come overnight. And being able to have impulse control and wait for that delayed gratification of the end result of having financial freedom now is what's going to make you stick it out longer than anyone else. If we need real world examples to kind of relate this to, it's when you wake up in the morning and you go to the gym and you don't feel like it. That's you setting yourself up for delayed gratification. You're going to get the results you want. You know that you're not feeling up to it today, but you're following the plan, not how you feel, and you're showing up. That's the most important thing, in fact, is actually just showing up repetitively to get your result. I know these things are easy to say and really hard to do, and I am fully aware of that, but I think you've got to just be really mentally strong and build your self-resilience and your impulse control, and through your actions and visioning yourself as a person you want to be in your life, how you want it, and knowing what you want in the next 5 to 10 years is really going to allow you to take those daily actions that are going to set you up for that. And I think by kind of looking ahead and then cycling back to what can you do today that's going to get you towards that is going to be really helpful in helping you to move towards your goals and hold on to the idea of delayed gratification. And that doesn't mean, I'm not saying that we can't enjoy things today. We have to live our lives. Time is going to go on no matter what. What I'm saying is there's ways to live your life where you're enjoying your life today but also setting yourself up for tomorrow. And I think that's kind of the most important thing here, is finding that balance between doing the things that you love and are bringing you joy today, but also taking actions to produce a life that you are looking forward to and the life that you dreamed of. But don't think of it as that you're missing out now. Think of it as that you're going to have this massive big result that is going to be exactly what you want. And remember that short-term pleasure doesn't always make us happy. I think when we are working towards something and it takes a lot of effort from us and it means so much to us, the reward and the gratification from that is always going to be greater than an instant dopamine hit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just want you to remember that delayed gratification doesn't mean you have to wait forever for something. It just means that you should wait for things that are worth it, and that's going to be super individual to you. So have a think about what it is that you want and how you could take some actions in your day-to-day life to set yourself up for the future you're after. And I'm sure you'll be amazing and get all the success that you deserve. So thank you again for watching. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in the next episode of the Mindset series.